Hi guys, good evening. So it's now midnight and I finally finished trading for the day. There was just a huge formation that was playing out. Let me break it down to you guys. So I started with $212 about 3 days ago, 4 days ago, and this is what I'm at now. I'm at $404. Not bad, right? Started off with 212. I'm leveraging. Tomorrow I'll be leveraging. Oh yeah, it's day 5 tomorrow. I'll be leveraging up to $1,300. I originally started with $700. I've almost doubled my leveraging power already. So every day I've attained my goals and I've actually surpassed it by quite a bit. So just to break it down to you guys, in case you didn't see my first video, what I'm doing is taking $212 of my, which is my principal. That's a starting amount that you start with. And what I'm doing is I'm trading it with using leverage. So I'm margin trading only. And I'm trading like Omisgo, IOTA, a bunch of coins, but mainly it's been Omisgo right now. So if my goal is to gain 1.2% using my risk reward ratio of 1.2, of 1.2% of my leveraged amount is about 3.3 times my principal. And you can watch my first video if you're not sure of how the risk and the reward works out. 1.2% of my leverage amount is $8.40, right? But $8.40 of my principal is actually 4%. Does that make sense? So that's my goal for the day, every day. So every day I've been actually gaining, instead of 4% of my principal, I've been gaining 12.5 my first day. Second day, I didn't really have a lot of time. I gained only 6.5%. I didn't really trade too much either. Only 4 small scalping trades. 5 for 5 on the first day. Second day, I gained 23%, $57. And today I gained $92, which is 29% of my principal of 312. So I went from 312 to $400 today. And this is all in 4 days. And I actually am not 100% win. I'm 7 divided by 8. So I lost one trade today because I needed to just leave. Whoops. Whoops. Oh, it's already percentage. There you go. So $403. Just to show you guys that I started off with 212 as well. Here's what I'm at, $403. And for my deposit, I deposited only this much Bitcoin. The rest was all withdrawn on September 5th. That's when I started this video series. So $208. Not too shabby, right guys? Not too shabby. So every coin has been really peaking up right now. I'll show you guys some of the trades that I made today to gain this quick $100 profit. First of all, I woke up to this. That's a pretty big hot mess, wouldn't you say? Yeah, this was a pretty big descending pattern. So when I woke up, I was more so looking at it on the 15-minute chart. It was right here. So usually right away when a flag forms, when there's an impulse move, you draw a leg down when it reaches near the end. If you catch the bounce, you're very, very lucky. If you want to catch the bounce, you got to go to a much, much lower time frame. Something like even the 1-minute chart, right? You can kind of see it leveling out. First leg, second leg, third leg was a good indication. So I was on the 5-minute chart here, and I caught it at around 1085 actually. 1085. So I played one position here. I went long. Yeah, right around there. And I closed my position up there. Very, very low risk considering it was the bounce already. I confirmed on the 1-minute chart and RSI was so low. this tank happened because of the Bitcoin scare. Hold on, I gotta check out MySQL right now. It's strong uptrend right now. I closed my position earlier already. I regret doing that now, but you can't catch them all, so don't feel bad about that. You really can't catch them all. Anyways, let's go back to where we were. So I locked into a position there, and then I locked into a position here as well, a small one. It was downtrending, right? I sold it very high actually, and I went long on another position here, very small one, right around there. So that's how I'm getting some pretty good gains. And then I didn't play any of this channel. I recognize this channel here, right? I recognize this channel forming after the first and the second point formed. I just drew a line after I saw that right away. And after I saw this point form, these three had already formed. So, well, I just drew a line like that, right? And I didn't play it here. But here, if you look at it, it also forms a channel here. So there's many channels. So by the time this formed, you would have had a top here, right? And then here, it just kind of goes down all the way. And it doesn't really break it until about right here, right? So by the time it comes down here, you have a line that you can draw because you have two bottoms if you didn't play any of that. And I actually played this position right here. After it broke this EMA, I went long here. So this is the crossover point for me where I went. This was the candle where I played into it. This one was a false breakout. I put a stop right above it, and until it went above it, which was this candle here, that's where I went long, and that was one where I went really long. I think I gained like I think I gained $45 in that trade. That was a really good one, and I reached the top here. It's been jumping up at least two legs, sometimes reaching a third. So I took a chance and played it all the way there. It was bouncing around on the 1 minute chart quite a bit. Yeah, and then after you had this top and this bottom, and you had this, you would have been able to make this pattern now, right? And this one is also making an uptrend here, like that. So notice a lot of channels that are forming, right? Yeah. And yeah, I caught this part right here, but I didn't play that one. I waited for the first bounce up just to confirm a downtrend, right? Just to close above the EMA. And then I used Fibonacci here. I used Fibonacci, I remember. Here to here, right? And it retraced back up to right there. And because it was downtrending, and I confirmed that top, this bottom, and well, this one, that's already two resistance points. I actually made a target of about right around here. So that's how I got my third bottom. Pretty cool. I usually don't think about it this detailed, but some was an exception. So I used Fibonacci, right? It retraced back up to there, and that's where I went to a long position, right up there. So, and then what I did, so I went to a long position, or sorry, a short position, my bad, right around here. Not long, I meant short. That's where I shorted it because it was downtrending. And then I took Fibonacci retracement here, from here to about there, right? And then I made my target. I'm just gonna delete that for now. I made my target actually underneath 618, between 618 and 786. So that was a pretty good one. Yeah, so that's how you can use Fibonacci extensions as well. It goes from the top, from where the impulse started, where the impulse ended, to point C where it retraced back up to, and it gives you targets. See, notice how it like kind of gets to 618, then goes right below it, then bounce at 718. So based on that, I knew it was gonna form to get around here. So I actually set my target to around 10,983 from 1047. So I gained about 50 cents on the share there, on the coin there, which was amazing because I had about 100. So that was like another $50 increase. I think this one was actually 35 and 35, sorry. And these ones were small, they were like 10, 20 bucks. And the last one I played, I think I played a few more here and there. Yeah, I noticed this as well, how that's downtrending, right? Right, and this made a double bottom to me. It went back up, and then it hit this point, but I saw this as a higher high, right? I saw this as a higher high, this point right here. So I actually just bought like from 220 or something to like right here. So I think I made like a few bucks on it here. And that's it. And when you break it down, like when you look even closer, I know it looks like it's a fucking mess, right? But like these lines, they really do pan out, right? Like if you look really closely, you just look at all the symmetry in each one. Notice how I drew that uptrend in the 5-minute chart, but on the 1-minute charts, there's also like downtrends, right? There's also channels as well. So if I draw like a yellow one, like check this out, there's like, actually I'll get a different color. Can you see this one? Oh, that one's even shittier. Wow, you gotta go with a really bright color. I'll just go with yellow. So I just go with, right? You see all these, you see the symmetry as well in the 1-minute chart. And you just keep drawing these lines, and eventually you're gonna connect a bunch, Do you see what I mean? And here it goes from top to bottom here. Actually, even from here to here, right? And then it goes up, and then it extends really, really long down again. Do you guys see how it's like very uniform? And it goes up like very similar rate as well. So you can get like projections. Just do it like this. Makes it easier. Like you can go from here to here, from here to here. So this is how I do a lot of my evaluations, and this is how or a lot of my analysis, right? I just draw tons of lines, and I just see the symmetry in them. And when you see enough of these lines, you can play a lot of these patterns. So that's how, guys, I'm at $403.18 today. So you can start with any amount, right? If I can show you that I'm doing it from $200 to $400, which I literally just showed you guys in 4 days, then you can do it as well with $50 to $100, or $10 to $20, or $1,000 to $2,000. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to double this 400, and I'm going to turn it to $800 in hopefully same amount of time, 4 days, and we're going to go from there. So if you guys have any questions, be sure to post your comments below and your questions below, and be sure to follow me and subscribe to me as well. My Twitter link is below. Hopefully you guys enjoyed my week of trading so far. Have a good night.